Topic today we're very excited about. The previous topics we were covering were the Big Beautiful Bill, the PAS1 app, which is very exciting, tactical stuff. This one, in this video, we're just going to go through a different format where we're actually going to discuss an actual community and go into the details of the community, the activities. It's going to be called the community we're covering is called Cheshire Square in Little Silver. Now, if you're not into this particular location, I suggest you stick around anyway. You may get some ideas on which communities you like and get some ideas for even kind of like a checklist you can make for yourself based on the community that you're thinking of. So even if you're not really into this location, not really into this community may be out of your price range. You may be looking for something more newer, new construction even. Encourage you to stick around and just check it out and get some ideas here. And then you may like it. You just never know. So we'll go through this pretty quickly. We have a great show today. We're going to look into some live listings. We're going to show you how to use our site. We're going to do a little bit of a screen share, which is kind of like how I like to present too. I like to kind of like maneuver there, but very exciting. So if you want to check out some of the listings on your end after the fact, or just really any time, you can go to our site at over55nj.homes and start signing up searches. What's great about the site, and we'll show you how to use this, is you can actually search for the actual community names and it will bring up all the listings within that community. And if there's no listings available, you can set an alert for yourself so you never miss a listing. I just listed a property in Freehold, and this buyer came to me directly and she said, "Oh man, I've been kind of casually looking. I wish I knew about this." She put in an offer, but by that time it was very late in the process. So with our site, with our technology, and then using us as a resource, you'll never miss any listings. And just kind of a good way, even if you're not on the market too, you can kind of set up a digest for yourself. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you have any questions, by the way, just reach out to us anytime at over55nj.homes. So the Cheshire Square, one of my favorite communities, great location, beautiful little silver location. We'll actually take you through the downtown and the area of Cheshire Square and the reasons why we love it. But it's based in Little Silver, New Jersey. Fantastic location right on the peninsula, the Navesink Peninsula. If you're new to the area, the Navesink Peninsula is between the Navesink and Shrewsbury rivers. And the Cheshire Square is kind of in the center of it all, close to Red Bank, close to hospitals, close to Little Silver downtown. And what's cool, it's very walkable. So, in basic specs of the community, it comprises 44 homes. It was built in 1970s, and it's kind of like an English Tudor style architecture. So really beautiful. Garage parking, outdoor parking, and very walkable to the community. The condos range between 1,300 and 1,400 square feet. They're between 2 and 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. A lot of them have attached garages. And then there's a different model too, where there's townhomes. So the way to think about the Cheshire is there's really different models to look at. So one is the first floor unit, just one level, single level. You just walk right into your home, 2 bedrooms, most of the cases, attached garage. And then the second is the upstairs units, where they're just one flight up. You just go up a quick flight, and then you're in your unit. So there's those two models. Then there's the townhome units, where they're kind of standalone, so multiple levels, kind of like a different feel here. So recently, like this community, it's not just the same. A lot of the communities are very homogenous in their style, so you get like kind of like a different feel here and different options to choose from. And so it really depends on you and where you're at and what you're looking for. So we had a customer that really wanted to be on the second floor because they didn't want to hear anybody above them. And then of course, we have a lot of customers that want to be on the first floor because they're kind of playing ahead of the game and they don't want any stairs in their units. So just kind of something for everybody and just something just to think of. And, there's all these different types of consideration based on the unit you're choosing. So we always say to reach out to us in advance. We can actually set up searches on our site where we can get you a first floor unit if you're looking at just a first floor unit. If you're looking at an individual townhome, an individual single family home, we have a lot of people. That's one of our most common inquiries, that people want single family homes, like something standalone, something private. But we want to reach out. Feel free to reach out to us. The good thing about us and the benefit of us just focusing on this niche is we can curate the exact options for you. Whereas the bigger portal sites just take kind of like a shotgun approach, and you can't really focus on what you're looking for. So As I finish that tangent there, just to recap, there's three different models: the townhomes, the condo models. They're built on top of each other. The townhouses are standalone, and this community was built in the 1970s. So, relatively newer construction. A lot of the 55 plus communities were built around this time here in this area, and a fantastic location, which we'll go into. So, feel free to drop any comments too in the chat there. And like I said, feel free if you want to go and open up a new tab and look at some listings, feel free to do so. So let's go into some nearby attractions and considerations. So I'm just going to pop open my screen here and we'll do a quick little screen share, Kim. I'll activate screen share. Let's go. All right, so you should be seeing my screen here. So this is our web, nj.homes will take you directly to our website. So over 55 nj.homes. And this will take you to the 55 plus community section on our website. Let me just make sure that everything is kosher tech wise. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, and basically this will pull up every 55 plus community on our site. So what I was saying previously is you can type in different community names. So we're going to cover Cheshire Square. Let's look at the Cheshire listings. And you can see all the active communities in the Cheshire, which there's just one right now. So the homes in this community tend to go very quickly. People love the location. People just love this community. So you generally have to act fast when there's a listing that's priced correctly in this community. Typical with a lot of listings in New Jersey. New Jersey as a whole, the market is very competitive right now. And you can just go in and pop it open and see all the pictures, see all the information. This is me right here. You can send me a chat. This is a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom. And this particular listing is a townhouse model. So a little outdated. Call these value add in the business. See a little outdoor space. And pretty private. So you can go down here. Our site has a lot of great information on it. See, it's got the balcony, the washer dryer, and then the location, which we'll go into. So what's great about our site is it's map based. So pretty much you can go in and see exactly where you are on the map. You can even draw on the map to bring up all the listings in that one geographic area. We have a ton of people that want to be by their families, want to be like 10, 15 minutes from their family. And we actually draw on the map for them and set up those searches to pull up all the listings. So let's go into the location and one of the key benefits of the community. So I wanted to show you a Google Earth slide. So here's the community right here. Here's the entrance to the community. Let me just zoom in here. So you enter the community through here, this little side street. There's some guest parking on the left and the right side. You can come down, you can see all the parking spots. Very easy to park here. What I like about the community is there's a center garden here that you can walk through. Tons of parking here. And the location is pretty much unbeatable. So over here, you're going to see downtown Little Silver. So many people like it because they can walk everywhere. Particularly, this building here is called the Acme Supermarket. And what kind of a hidden perk is about this community is it's gated right here, and you can pretty much we have residents like roll up their shopping carts to this gate, and they have their kind of ancillary shopping park here, and they return their shopping carts here. So you can, long story short, just walk across to the supermarket and then just return your shopping cart. So people bring their carts here and then back and just do all their grocery shopping just within walking distance. So really just kind of like a hidden perk of the community that people love that we move in there. Now, let's go into the actual location itself. So, this was the entrance I was just showing you on Church Street. So, you can see here's the Cheshire Square. And if you go down the street here, let's take you down. You're going to see how easy it is to walk to Little Silver downtown. So here's the pharmacy, Little Silver Family Pharmacy, which is super, super convenient. You can just walk right down the street here. Here's the bank, Wells Fargo. Down here is Little Silver Library to pick up your books or anything you need. To the right here is a bagel store. This is Little Szechuan, a Chinese food restaurant. Over here is Turning Point. This is a great place for breakfast and lunch. And this is a big shopping center. CVS Pharmacy, another pharmacy, a big name pharmacy. One of our favorite stores, Benchmark Breads. You can get your bread there. We have family members in my family that love bread that come from Fairfield. They're used to Calandra's bread. That's a famous bread place in North Jersey for anybody from North Jersey. And they couldn't believe this bread place opened. It's a nice sourdough place that we really like. Here's the Acme supermarket that I was describing. Down here, also in the shopping center, is Little Buca, a nice Italian restaurant. Here's Walgreens, another pharmacy, Carvel ice cream. So there's so many like great little places to walk through. There's a pizzeria. Um, this is the fire station here. They actually do Christmas trees come Christmas time. That's where we buy our Christmas trees. A Mexican restaurant. There's just so many great little places downtown in Little Silver. And this is why so many people like it, particularly our clients that move from the cities or walkable areas. They want to stay active. They want to walk. Here's a little liquor store and another pizzeria. And it's just such a great place to walk to. Now I'll just take you back to Cheshire, past the pharmacy again, down the street, and then we're back at Cheshire. So, such a great little community to walk through. It's close to everything, super convenient, just a really great place. To do a bird's eye aerial view, if you have grandchildren or if you just like the parks, over here, let me just get my bearings here. Over here is Sickles Market. So, this is another great little park and also another kind of like a farmer's market or like a farm store that's opening back up again. And there's beautiful parks all over the place to take the kids. So something for everybody, something very walkable, and just like an unbeatable location. Now let me just zoom out here just to show you where we are. I can't really get the view I want, but just kind of in the center of the peninsula. Here's the Atlantic Ocean, and the map's being a little funky right now, but you're kind of like right in the middle of the peninsula, close to Red Bank, close to the hospital, close to Monmouth Medical Hospital, another great hospital in the area, close to the pharmacies, obviously. There's a ton of doctors. There's a dentist down the street, too, and just an unbeatable location. So, this might give you some ideas. We have a lot of people that reach out to us that want a walkable solution, and this is a really good one. Now, we're going to go into some actual listings. Let me just zoom out here. So, Kim, let's take off the screen share. I just want to come back on. So let's go into just some community highlights. And if you have any questions about the location, just feel free to drop us a line there. We kind of want to showcase, some of the best ways to actually get a feel of the location is to go there yourself. There's a section on our website where you can actually go to open houses and see some units and just walk through the communities and get that feel. But we wanted to do the screen share just to show you, give you a taste of what it looks like, and just kind of give you some more ideas when it comes to looking at your home search. Now, let's go into some of the lifestyle and amenities. This is kind of a common question we get. Some people actually want activities, and there's something for everybody in every different community. So, in the clubs and activities, generally it's run through an email list. There's a happy hour every Thursday where people bring something to eat. and it's organized right in the middle of the in the compound there. So everybody brings a little something to eat. People walk around and talk. This is during the warmer months, obviously, not during the winter time. It's arranged by the social committee as well as the holiday parties. The happy hour is every Thursday evening, and they have a fire pit when it gets a little bit colder. And there's all these great clubs that the Cheshire has. One of the advantages of being in a smaller community like this is a lot of people tend to know each other. You tend to make friends pretty quickly. There's a book swap club, there's a garden club, mahjong, cornhole, and there's a social committee, like I said, where everybody can organize all these different activities. But it's really great just to have the happy hour every Thursday. It kind of like puts on a schedule. Everyone knows what to expect, and then no pressure if you don't want to show up. Some people make it, and some people tend to skip it sometimes. So it's just nice running on a schedule like that. So there's an expectation, and you can always just stop by. Now, some pros and cons to the community. I'm just going to start sharing. I'm going to go back into screen share mode here. Da, 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 da. And then we're going to go into some actual listings, and I can show you what's trading. All right, here's my screen. So pros and cons of the community. It's a pretty basic community in itself where there's not a ton of amenities. Now, some people don't really need amenities. Some people really like the pool. We have some clients that reach out to us that they want a gym, they want a pool to do their laps and stay. Pool's great aqua therapy. It's one of the best exercises, my grandfather said. But there's not really a lot of that when it comes to the Cheshire. It's a simple community where there's not a ton of amenities. Now, on the positive side of that, it tends to keep the HOA fees low, which we'll talk about. We'll give you some real life examples. But one of the cons of this community, it's pretty simple in itself, which may be a pro or a con for you, and there's not a ton of amenities. Another con, if you will, is the second floor units. So some people don't want to be on the second floor. Some people love it. Some people can't do stairs. So it tends to be for like an active person, unless you're on the first floor. Even the townhomes have a lot of stairs. So there is that limitation in that respect. And then three, it's built in the 70s, so not terribly old, but a little bit older compared to some of the newer 55 plus communities. I know a lot of people reach out to us. They want 2000s and younger, and some people just want to be in like sort of a newer community. So different some. So it definitely has its limitations, but in my opinion, the location, the community, just being in this location, and just the walkability makes it a really fantastic choice. You have something for everybody. You don't have to get in your car, and you can just walk to a lot of places. And one of the biggest advantages, while we're on that too, is the affordability. So let's go into some activity. I'm just going to zoom in here. This is an active townhouse listing here. Listed at $769. So compared to some other communities in the area, this is very affordable and very reasonable. There's one in particular I'm thinking of where the townhomes will trade over $1 million. Now, granted, we did look at this one. This does need some work, but this townhome standalone is asking $769K. Let's go into some closed units. Let me just go back here. I wanted to show you the association fees and taxes. So taxes for this one, just a little over $10,000, $10,311. And the monthly association fee is $413.50. So not really the lowest we see, but not really unreasonable either in terms of association fees. We have a section on our website as well. If you want to search for low cost HOA fees, there's a specific section on our over 55 NJ site. And you can actually cap it yourself. If you wanted to stay under 500, 300, 200, you can set up those parameters yourself. I think our preset link has $300 and under. Now let's go into a second floor unit. So this one was originally listed for 600 and it closed at 535. Let me zoom in here. see. I know we were practicing beforehand. Okay, here we go. So second floor unit. See, nice renovated home. Beautiful job renovated. So previously we saw an unrenovated unit. This one's fixed up. This one's clearly staged. I mean, I have an eye for that. Maybe I picked that up pretty quickly. Some people do not, but they staged it well. Could have used something on the walls here, but and check out this. So this is little outdoor space on the second floor. Look, they even have the dish there. It's funny. So little outdoor space on the second floor. Moving to Monmouth County from Hoboken, my wife and I always wanted an outdoor space like this, and we died for that. We were like, oh, we would just love to be outside, especially in the summer days. So these second floor spaces, most if not all of them, will have an outdoor space like this where you can just step outside and have privacy too. So again, just one flight up, and then you're in your home. Nice open layout. Pretty much everything you need on just one level. Washer dryer and unit. Beautifully kept. Beautiful listing. So let me just go into that one. So you'll see different units will have different fees. A lot of times they do a calculation by square footage. So you see this association fee is only $354 a month. And you'll see these taxes are $7,247. So much more cost effective. And a lot of times the town, a lot of times the HOA will base this on square footage. It's all relative. Now let's go into this one. 66 Cheshire. Interesting photo here. So you'll see some communities. So this is clearly a townhouse. Outdated. Let me see. Originally listed for 700 and then closed for 700. First floor primary bedroom. You see stairs here. So a little outdated, but this is how you make money. And we have all the connections too. If you dreamed of fixing up your own place and you want to make it your own, we have a lot of professionals we can ultimately recommend you. And then let's go and check the HOA fees here. So taxes $8,775. Association fee is $413.50. So hopefully this gives you some ideas. And again, if you're not really into the Cheshire, if this isn't for you, at least you'll have some ideas now and you can set up your own searches. Again, I'll show you how to use our site. Let me zoom out here. 55 plus communities. So you can see, for example, we have most of them here. We keep adding onto them. This is Cheshire Square. If you want a different location, you can click on the specific community here. And then you can actually search by the community as well and save the search, save alerts for yourself. You can even narrow down by your parameters here, your monthly HOA fee, which we talked about, price per square foot, year built, if you wanted something younger. There's something here for everybody. So we encourage you kind of as a first step to start doing research and getting some ideas. And like even jumping on this webinar, even watching this webinar will give you some ideas in your home search. And really, the internet's a beautiful thing. We started our company to just to provide a human resource as well. So you wouldn't have to just do it all yourself online. Kind of funny, I was talking to someone today who registered on our site, and she asked me if I was an AI chatbot. I'm talking to her. She said, "Are you a real person?" And I'm like, "Yes." And we kind of like laughed about it. And she said, "I've been getting so many like calls from AI agents." So if that's where that's going, that's cool. But we'll always have a personal touch where we have our experience, we have our knowledge, we study this every day, and you can kind of stand on our shoulders, if you will, and have us just do all the research for you and just lean on us. So where I was going with that is the technology is great, but always lean on us as a human resource, and it'll be a much better experience. And we always go at your pace. So we always invite you to reach out to us. Our email is over55nj@gmail.com. And feel free to reach out or send us a direct message. Now, let's zoom out again, Kim. We'll cut the screen share. I'll probably just cut it myself here. There you go. Thank you, Kim. And so we'll close with this. So it's a great community. We really like it a lot. We really recommend it to a lot of our clients. But if it's not really for you, if you want something a little bit newer, something with more amenities, that's totally fair, and that's totally your call. It one of the fun things about this is it's really up to you and what you dream of in these years ahead. So we want to make it about you and just bring up the most relative listings to you. But if you like walkability, if you like a little silver location, if you like just something simple, something with relatively low HOA fees, this is a fantastic choice, and something that's a close knit community. Again, not a lot of homes, just 44 units, weekly happy hour, fun place to meet people. This is a great choice, and we always highly recommend it. Everybody we move in here is very happy, and they really enjoy it. I think we have someone too. We heard of someone that bought a place here and they have this as their secondary home. It's kind of like a shore house because, again, you're close to Seabright and other shore point locations. So that's kind of an idea too. If you ever dreamed of having kind of like a low cost option like that, place to go to, place to get out of wherever you are, just as a little secondary place. But yeah, it's just a great place. Now, so we'll just recap this and we'll go into a Q&A. Let's go into some questions now and just feel free to fire them out. We'll go one by one. Any questions here? All right, here's one. All right, here's one. Do you assist people that are on Section 8 for senior housing? I'm looking for a first level apartment, no stairs, with everything in the unit. 2 bed. I wanted to find out if you can help me. Please respond. Thank you. I'm looking in Ocean County. Yes, thank you, Mia. Yeah, so yeah, we do, and there's a great section on our website for rentals. Section 8 is a rental program. For those that don't know, so you can search for rental programs and search for all the rental listings, and you can even search for Ocean County, and just let us know. We can reach out to you, and we can curate a list for you. But thank you for that question. Now, first question. Given the smaller size of the community, how does that affect? Second question. I mean, given the smaller size of the community, how does that affect property values and long-term investment potential? It's actually kind of helps it just because the properties are in high demand and they go fairly quickly. We're going to another community this week. A client of ours is getting ready to list, and there's actually 400 homes in this community. So they do tend to go regardless. There's a ton of baby boomers retiring that need downsizing solutions. But just the location with this community and just the limited availability of homes makes this a great place to own in. So we definitely highly recommend it. Number two, or question three. I keep getting ahead of ourselves. So question three, are there certain home styles or layouts here that tend to sell fastest or hold value the best? I would say the first floor units, one, they're a bit cheaper or more cost effective than the townhomes. The townhomes are a little bit bigger. And a lot of times people may not need that much space. So the first floor units tend to hold their value the best, and they tend to be in the highest demand. The second floor units have their benefits too. You don't hear anybody. No matter what anybody says, if you have a first floor unit, you're going to tend to hear people more or less. So the first floor units, just from the stair perspective, a lot of our clients are reaching out to us thinking 5-10 years in advance, which we recommend. So a lot of people want to be on the first level and just not have to worry about that. And a lot of times people don't want to move again. Who can blame them? Moving's a lot of work. So the first floor units tend to be in the most demand. They're a little bit smaller than the townhome units, and they're always a great choice. Next question. Little Silver is known for its charm, but also being a tight knit town. How does that influence the community feel here? It's a very this the Cheshire community is very welcoming. In particular, the happy hour is a great place to show up and start meeting people. Um, I would just I'm not really sure if that's kind of like something I've heard of personally, but I would just say that just show up to events, introduce yourself, and it's a very welcoming community. We have a lot of people that are very met a lot of great friends there. So I would just kind of just show up and make it your own. Everybody's in the same boat, as my parents used to say. So just kind of make it your own, and I wouldn't just worry about like what other people are saying. This is your experience at the end of the day. What would you say is the true lifestyle advantage of living in Cheshire compared to other 55 plus communities in Monmouth County? I would say the distinctive benefit is the location, the walkability. There's not many communities I can think of that are as walkable as the Cheshire, to the pharmacy, to the supermarket, to the bread store, to the ice cream store, to the pet store, you name it. You can literally just walk to everywhere. It's a great way to get exercise. And just the price compared to other communities in this location is very attractive. So I would say price, location, two main tenets of real estate kind of set it apart compared to other communities. And I think that was our last question. Oh, last question. I'm sorry. If someone watching falls in love with the idea of Cheshire, what's the first thing they should do today to get on the path of owning here? The first thing I would say is set up an alert on our website just so you don't miss listings. If you just want us, if you're not that tech savvy or you don't feel like doing it, just reach out to us. We're happy to do it for you. One thing we do as well for our clients is we actually create targeted mailers and phone calls to different communities. So we had a client that actually really wanted to be in the Cheshire. So what we did was we sent individualized mailers to the Cheshire. The Cheshire is perfect because there was only 44 people to mail. And then we called everyone individually. And lo and behold, we found a unit that was coming up for sale before it hit the market. So if you really like an individual community, it doesn't have to be the Cheshire, reach out to us and we can do a very deep search for you. So the first step is just to reach out to us, set up alert on our website, and then we call it the process of narrowing down. Just narrow down from there on your favorite community, and we can just really target that community for you, whether it be Cheshire or another community at a really high level, do a real detailed search for you. So um, it's really great. You can feel free to reach out to us. We can actually watch out for you too for open houses, schedule a private tour if you will, if you want to come down and if you want to just come over and see it. And we're happy to meet you there too. So that being said, yeah, feel free to reach out to us. Even if you're not ready for a move right now, our motto is great real estate planning is done in advance. So never too early to get in touch, never too early to start doing research and start creating a baseline knowledge, and never too early to just share some ideas. It's not a decision that happens overnight. Moving takes time. So feel free to reach out to us in advance, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. And that being said, too, if you want another community that you want covered, feel free to reach out and we'll cover that on a very detailed level, like we did this community. And we'll kind of have fun with it. We'll just go by what you want, power to the people, voice to the people, and feel free just to reach out to us and let us know what you want covered. And we'll go from there. We'll have some fun with it. So that being said, feel free to reach out. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com at over55NJ. Our email address is over55NJ at gmail.com. And feel free to always send us a direct message with any questions. Make it a great day. Thanks so much. We look forward to hearing from you. Please send some topic ideas. Please keep sending us your questions. And we'll definitely see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching.